What's up, YouTube? This is Elijah here, and let me welcome you to another video from the UberLifestyle.com, your one-stop shop for all things rideshare and delivery alike. In this video, we're going to take a look at how much money I made yesterday because I just did Ubereats. And this is pretty much what a normal or average day should look like for a pro Ubereats driver. Now, I picked yesterday to do this video for a specific reason. I didn't have any appointments from my health and wellness stuff, so no appointments there, and I didn't do any UberX. It was just Ubereats. So let's take a look at yesterday. So as you can see, it says I made $125.21. Now I actually made more than that because I received $14 in cash tips. So I really would have made $139, but we're gonna round that up to 140 just so everything runs a little more smoother towards the end. Now I put in 8 hours and 43 minutes. We're gonna round that up to 9 hours when we're doing the math. Now this is key because I see a lot of people are putting in like 12 hours to make like $120, and every market is different, but generally speaking, it's like I said in the Ubereats course, you should be making between $11 and $18 an hour, and if you're not, then you got to reevaluate what you're doing. So let's take a look at the actual numbers. We're going to break this down piece by piece. Now before we officially go ahead and get started, we're going to break this down in a few ways. We're going to see how much I made overall. We're going to see how much I made quote unquote per hour, and we're going to break down what portion of that is it trip earnings, was it tips, was it boosts, etc. Because on this particular day I didn't receive that much in tips, which is why it makes a great video to go over this. So let's go ahead and get to it. Now we're going to break this down in hour increments. So I'm going to do like 11, 12, 1, etc. Overall, you might say that's not completely accurate, but the numbers do fizzle out in the end once you see what I mean. So now as you can see, for the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to add those up. 379 plus 725, that gives us 1104. Going to the noon hour, 613 plus 5.81, that gives us 1194 per hour for the noon hour. Moving on to 1 o'clock, 472 plus 562 plus 442, that gives us $14.76 hours. $14.76 per hour, which is a little higher than the other ones. Now we're gonna stop there because that's what I call the lunch rush. The lunch rush is between 10 and 2. Now I didn't do anything at 10 o'clock, but if you wanted to tack that on, you could. I'm just letting you know I'm mentioning that. So lunch hour, $37.34 total. When we divide that up, like I said, I'm going to be rounding up and down. In this case, we're going to round down, so that's around $12 per hour. Moving on, we're going to go to the quote-unquote 2 o'clock hour. Now, between the hours of 2 and 4, it starts to die down, generally speaking. But sometimes you might catch what I call the tidal wave for whatever reason. Maybe a lot of East drivers got offline at 2 o'clock, or that's usually the case, but orders may keep coming. If that's the case, you can keep feeding them in. You can keep grabbing them. Now, I will say that between 2 and 4, that's a great time to have your lunch hour. You don't want to be out here famishing yourself, so that's a great time. But ride that tidal wave until like 3:30 or 4. Then go ahead and grab you something to eat because you don't want to, like I said, starve yourself. But generally speaking, orders will kind of slow down at that point. If they become too slow, that's a great time to get something to eat. So, oh no, don't fade out on me. But moving on. So we go over to 2. 584 plus 423 plus 674, that gives us $15.37 that hour. Pretty good. Now, you see there's no 3 o'clock because I went and got me something to eat. Now, me personally, like I said, I went and got something to eat. I don't personally consider that part of my quote-unquote workday, because if I swing by the Irish pub to surf out their vegan menu, get something to eat, and I'm surfing on YouTube looking at like episodes of The Flash and The Arrow, etc., that's my time. I'm having fun. I mean, I don't consider that part of my quote-unquote workday, so that's why I'm not adding that into the hours total. Now, if you consider the total amount of time you're away from home, you might want to reconfigure these numbers. Me personally, I don't. If I'm not in the car driving around making money, that's not part of my quote-unquote workday. I'm just mentioning that just so you know. So it picks back up at 4 o'clock at 4:34. That's when I started back out. Now, as you see, that's the only order I got. So that's 4.40 per hour. Hey, like I said, that's the slow time. So if you do want to get out there, you got to keep that in mind. So moving on. So we're going to look at 5 o'clock, 8.89 plus 5.68 plus 9.85. That gives us $24.42 per hour. Definitely not bad, huh? Going on to 6 o'clock. As you see, there's only one order at that 6 o'clock run, and that's $5.07. So obviously that wasn't the best hour. I got to the restaurant, had to wait for 10 minutes because they didn't have the food ready. Another East driver was there too, so we had talked to each other about it while we were waiting. Was there for 10 minutes. It was bullshit. Then I got to the spot to drop the food off for the customer. They put in the wrong apartment complex, so that took some time to find them. You may have a crappy hour, but that's why you hit it hard on the other hours, so it makes up for it. Moving on. So going to the 7 o'clock, $5.95 plus $4.60. That gives us $10.55 per hour. Moving on to 8 o'clock, $9.02 plus $3.76. That gives us $12.78 per hour. And last but not least, the 9 o'clock, $5.14 plus $8.30. That gives us $13.44 per hour. So what we just covered, we covered what I call the dinner rush, because that's when people are ordering all over the place for dinner. So the dinner rush in total was $66.26. Now we're gonna do the round down again. When we divide that up, we're gonna put that at $13 per hour. So when we add all this up, I didn't include the cash tips in that payout, but we're going to go ahead and include the cash tips when we do the final payout. So $140, like I said, I'm rounding up like $1. It's really $1.39, but I'm going to round up $1. So $140. $140 divided by how many hours? Really 8 hours and 43 minutes, but we're going to go ahead and round that up to 9 hours. So what does that give us? So that gives us $15.55 per hour. Didn't bother rounding that because it's just too flat in the middle. So that's how much that I made in total per hour on an hour basis yesterday. Now let's break it down in terms of what was trip earnings, what was tips, and what was boost. Now we'll start with the tips. $6 plus the cash tip I got, that's a total of $20 in tips. And the trip earnings is $103.09. And how much did I make in total boost? We're going to back up a little. Click on the balance and add it up. These are all the boosts I got throughout the day. The boost zone during lunchtime was 1.2. During dinner time was 1.4. So 79 cents plus 94 cents plus 73 cents plus $1.40 plus $1.40, yes, plus 162 plus 281 plus 131 plus 258 plus 147 plus 237 gives us $16.12. So that's the total amount of money I made in boost. So going back to this total screen, this is why training is so important, guys. I mean, it's like I said in the course. you're gonna either be an amateur driver making $7 to $10 per hour, or you gotta be a pro driver making between $11 and $18. Originally it was between $12 and $15, but that was not without any boosts or anything like that. If you have boosts in your market, like I do now, then it really does make a difference. So that's how much I made just doing Uber Eats. You want to stay in that range if you want to be a pro Uber Eats driver. And there's 5 different ways to get paid as an Uber Eats driver, and we just pretty much covered 3 of them right here in terms of trip earnings, tips, and boosts. Y'all got any questions? Feel free to hit me up, comment below. Be sure to go to www.theuberlifestyle.com to get more information on Uber Eats. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. This is Elijah. Peace out.